for Prince Harry and Meghan Markle to have their titles stripped, as well as Prince Andrew and Sarah Ferguson, as the Sussexes join an anti-AI celebrity campaign designed specifically to annoy Donald Trump's White House.
And make no mistake, that is the future for Prince Harry and Meghan Markle as well. And it's well-deserved on all sides. Both the Yorks and the Sussexes have done a lot of damage to the monarchy.
Me is that William is prepared to be ruthless, right? And he will be ruthless when he's king. So Charles, at this point, could play a bit of a strategic game here.
Can you even imagine Meghan Markle, who once turned her royal connection into her biggest weapon, might be watching everything she built come crashing down? Once upon a time, she used those titles like golden keys, opening every door in Hollywood, shaping her image as untouchable. But now, Prince William has stepped onto the board like a silent storm, weaponizing the law itself to crush her ambitions and, more brutally, to erase her children's royal status forever.
It is much harder to make this about race or make this about victimhood. But of course we know this is one of the reasons why Harry was so desperate to be face to face with Charles, because he's emotionally blackmailing him, he's guilt tripping him, because it is their absolute worst nightmare.
And then it happened. The exact moment Meghan has feared since the day she and Harry fled to California. William made his move, not just any move, a game changer. And it hits her at the deepest, most personal place of all, her children.
Talks were going on. William's convinced the monarchy cannot evolve while Harry and Meghan still hold titles. Amen, brother. Amen. Strip them of those titles. Look, Prince Harry will always be a prince.
Shocking reports from London are swirling. The future King of England is quietly backing a parliamentary plan to strip Archie and Lilibet of their royal titles. Not maybe, not possibly. For good. Gone. Like they never existed.
That you can raise your children in Montecito to be little Americans who don't even return to the United Kingdom because you think we're such an unsafe hellhole. It's delusional. Of course they shouldn't have titles.
Behind those grand palace doors, this didn't explode overnight. It's been a slow, calculated burn, a quiet chess match years in the making. William, so often seen as calm, quiet, maybe even too restrained, was never weak. While Meghan and Harry soaked up the spotlight with interviews and flashy documentaries, William was laying the groundwork for a royal reset.
Remove a title. Is that this must be done not in reaction, not to, let's say, punish in the negative sense. Because when I say discipline, yes, punishment is part of discipline, but that's how you sort of, raise better children, is you punish them for doing something wrong so they learn, so they make better decisions in the future. Same thing applies here.
From the shadows of Kensington Palace, he watched everything unfold. Scandals, leaks, the endless storm of fallout, and at some point, he decided enough. While King Charles tried to mend bridges, William built walls. He had a mission: modernize the monarchy and cut off anyone daring to use it as their personal brand.
Decisions, that's what you are there to do. I mean, I don't understand how you can be in such a high position and wafer on like...
Insiders whisper that William has been studying other royal families. Remember Queen Margrethe of Denmark? In 2022, she boldly stripped her own grandchildren of their titles. William didn't see that as cruelty. He saw it as leadership, protecting the throne even when it hurts. And now, he's ready to apply the same cold logic to Harry and Meghan's kids. His mindset is crystal clear. If you don't serve the crown, you don't get to benefit from it.
To be put in her place, and the fact that you now have this whole issue with Andrew, hey, it's kind of a blessing. Hey, let's make some decisions right now. This is the time to do it.
100%.
I mean, what happens if you wait?
This isn't petty revenge, it's strategy. William's been several moves ahead, planning to clean up what he believes is a royal brand smeared by scandal and self-promotion.
I'm here in London and I'm very tapped into what's going on at the moment, and the drumbeat coming from Westminster and even coming from Buckingham Palace, P. Dinah, is that it's just going to be impossible.
While Meghan played the media game, William played the long game. And now, this quiet war is about to erupt into a royal reckoning.
To William to really make these kinds of decisions more streamlined to what the king would want, because he is not in a position, I believe, to even deal with this. I think it compromises his health even more.
Inside Buckingham Palace, tension is at an all-time high. The once gentle divide between King Charles and William has grown into a full-blown clash of visions. 2 generations, 2 strategies, and at the center of it all, Meghan and Harry.
And having such indecisive decisions and not really being in a position physically to make the hard decision.
Charles, tired, aging, and weakened by his health struggles, still holds on to the hope of healing, of bringing everyone together before time runs out. He wants peace, a final act of fatherhood before the crown swallows him whole. But to William, that's not compassion, it's weakness. William sees it bluntly. Every olive branch extended to Meghan and Harry has exploded into more chaos. Another leak, another documentary, another headline dragging the royal name through the dirt. Every time Charles forgives, Meghan and Harry twist the knife a little deeper. Those close to William say he's done with sentimentality. He's said it again and again. The monarchy won't survive if it keeps bending to emotions. To him, the crown needs discipline, not soft hearts. And when that day finally comes, when the crown rests on his head, William won't hesitate. Titles, perks, privileges, everything will be on the chopping block. He believes his father's kindness is eroding the monarchy's dignity. And William's patience? It's gone. Meanwhile, across the ocean in sun-kissed Montecito, panic has quietly set in. Meghan's glamorous California empire, the brand deals, the podcast contracts, the curated image, was all built around one thing: royal status. That Duchess title gave her magic. Without it, she's just another celebrity in the crowd. Inside Hollywood, everyone knows Meghan walks into meetings as the Duchess of Sussex, not as a former actress. That title commands power. It opens doors others can't. But with William's plan now threatening to strip her children's titles, that foundation is crumbling beneath her. Netflix has cooled down, Spotify abruptly cut ties, her lifestyle brand barely made a ripple. Hollywood is losing interest. Without that royal hook, Meghan Markle risks becoming just another influencer trying to hold on to fading relevance. Behind closed doors, sources say Meghan is frantic. She's calling emergency meetings, reaching out to top PR advisors, scrambling to find a way to keep the Sussex brand alive. But the truth is brutal. Her royal connection is her strongest currency, and William might bankrupt it overnight. For someone who reinvented herself at every turn, Meghan now faces the cruelest twist yet. She may have run out of versions of herself to sell, and here's where William's strategy turns into a power play. It all comes down to something few outside the palace truly understand. Letters patent. Harmless sounding? Maybe. But in the royal world, it's a weapon. Letters patent are formal documents issued by the monarch that determine who gets to hold royal titles. The last major change was in 1917, when King George V restricted princely titles to the grandchildren of the reigning monarch. That's how Archie and Lilibet gained theirs when Charles became king. But here's the catch. That rule isn't carved in stone. The monarch can change it at any time. And when William takes the throne, he can rewrite the rules with a single stroke. Insiders say his team is already working on a new version, a version that limits royal titles to working royals and their direct heirs only. Anyone outside that royal duty bubble, yes, even Meghan's children, will lose their status overnight. No court, no appeal, no fight. William's move terrifies Meghan for one simple reason. There's no PR strategy, no Netflix special, no tearful interview that can stop this. For years, she's relied on royal glamour to amplify her influence. But William, he's playing a completely different game. For Meghan Markle, this isn't just a legal blow, it's personal devastation. Her carefully curated Duchess narrative, built on royal status and the titles she considered her children's birthright, could collapse in an instant. Behind palace walls, whispers grow louder. Once William's new letters patent are enacted, Archie and Lilibet will be ordinary children of a duke. Their royal styles and princely titles erased, just like that. The symbolism is brutal. Meghan's royal influencer image, crafted through every appearance, deal, and headline, will crumble. Without the titles, the magic disappears. Hollywood is ruthless and it moves on fast. Inside the palace, the move isn't just strategic, it's deeply personal. William isn't simply restructuring the monarchy, he's sending a message. Royal status is a privilege tied to service, not exploitation. And Meghan, she's watching every piece of her carefully built empire fall apart in slow motion. It's a reckoning decades in the making, one she can neither avoid nor undo. But here's the bigger bombshell. William's plan isn't just about Meghan. He wants to slim down the entire monarchy. Non-working royals like Andrew, Beatrice, Eugenie, and yes, Harry and Meghan. All of them could face losing their titles, privileges, and HR status. The monarchy will be leaner, sharper, more ruthless. William believes this is the only way to protect the crown. He's tired of freeloaders. In William's eyes, the era of royals cashing in on titles while abandoning duty is over. This isn't revenge, it's survival. His approach is cold, pragmatic, calculated, inspired by other European royal families that made similar cuts without hesitation. Critics might rage, the press might explode, but William doesn't care. To him, backlash fades, but the institution must endure. And this move? It's a clear warning to every future generation. The crown cannot be exploited, not by anyone, not even by blood. For Meghan, the lesson is devastating. You can challenge the monarchy, but it never forgets, and it rarely forgives. Everything Meghan has done, Netflix deals, tell-all interviews, public campaigns, has led her to this exact moment. She truly believed that star power and public opinion could bend centuries of royal tradition, but she underestimated the institution's cold, quiet strength. William's actions mirror what happened with Andrew. Firm, final, no exceptions. He sees this as protecting the monarchy from hypocrisy. If titles are truly sacred, then the same rules must apply to everyone. For Meghan, it's the ultimate humiliation, the collapse of her California empire, the erasure of her children's royal identities, the unmasking of a strategy that was always, at its core, built on privilege. The Duchess of Sussex fought so hard to secure those titles. But the crown is striking back. William is ready. The monarchy will endure. And Meghan Markle, she's learning in the most public and painful way possible that you can't play the royal game without following the royal rules. And here's where it gets even more brutal. The ripples of William's calculated strike aren't just shaking Meghan's California bubble, they're echoing across the entire royal landscape. For the first time in years, insiders say the power dynamic inside the palace feels completely different. William is no longer just the dutiful heir, he's the king-in-waiting who's already acting like one. Those around him whisper that this is only the beginning. Meghan's panic isn't just about titles, it's about what those titles represent. Power, prestige, and a carefully constructed illusion that kept her at the top of every headline. Without them, the foundation she built everything on starts to crumble like sand. Hollywood, the same world that once couldn't get enough of the Duchess of Sussex, is notoriously fickle. It moves fast, and without that royal shine, without that princess fairy tale aura, Meghan risks fading into the background. No more guaranteed magazine covers, no more exclusive red carpet invites based on royal mystique, just another celebrity fighting for a sliver of attention in a crowded room. Behind the scenes, whispers say Meghan has been calling in every favor she has left. PR teams, lawyers, even old Hollywood contacts, everyone. She's searching for some legal loophole, some desperate way to keep at least part of that royal glow. But the harsh truth is, there isn't one. Letters patent aren't something a US court can stop. They're royal law. And in royal law, William's word as king will be final. And it's not just the palace and Hollywood buzzing. The public is watching. Across the UK, across the US, social media is on fire. The same audience that once fell in love with the fairy tale of Meghan and Harry is now witnessing a completely different story. A power struggle that Meghan might not win this time. Royal watchers say William's decision could spark the biggest modern shakeup of the monarchy since Edward VIII's abdication. And unlike the soft diplomacy of Charles, William's version of monarchy is colder, sharper, far less forgiving. He wants a clean break from what he views as the Sussex circus. Inside Buckingham Palace, officials are bracing for impact. Advisors expect furious media campaigns, emotional interviews, and a wave of sympathy pieces about Meghan's unfair treatment. But what's different this time is that William won't flinch. He's been preparing for this war quietly for years. He knows exactly what narrative he wants to control, and he's not leaving it to tabloids or Netflix deals to define it. For Meghan, this is more than a royal setback. It's the stripping away of her most powerful armor. She rose from actress to duchess, a story millions adored. But now that fairy tale is being rewritten by the future king himself. And let's be honest, William isn't just targeting Meghan. This move is meant to send a loud, icy message to anyone who thinks they can use the crown without serving it. Meghan just happens to be the loudest example. As palace sources put it bluntly, this isn't personal revenge. This is William showing everyone what kind of king he's going to be. For Meghan, watching her story unravel isn't just heartbreaking, it's public. Every headline, every tweet, every interview will dissect her downfall. The Duchess, who once had the world hanging on her every word, is suddenly finding herself at the mercy of the very institution she tried to outmaneuver. And William, he's not backing down. Not this time.